All right, boys and girls, this is Old Man Yells at Cloud for Blue Powder Monkeys, finishing up the Orycon souvenir book design stuff. Get all my ducks in a row here. I have a list of edits basically on that screen. And then I have the document, of course, you can see that. And I'm going to just go through and make little corrections, but you can kind of see what went on here. So, opening page, I don't have, let's see here. And then I'll do some double checking stuff, right? So, I have table of contents, for example. There is the letters from the chair, the guests of honor, yep. Panelists on page 13. Which is down here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Yeah, okay. And then the cover art is listed. The interior art is listed. I didn't list these little spot art. I basically kind of generified centerpiece and interior spot art. I could add like spot art. This is probably fine. So all this is good. I kind of go through here, see if there's any other little like things I want to tweak. All right, I check my list of stuff. Small. Couple line breaks. Okay, so interestingly, the person who's more or less in charge of this stuff doesn't really have any issues, which is cool. There's some widow and orphans through here, which is the whole like line of stuff on one line kind of thing. And I was talking about that, I think, in another video. I saved those for the last bit because you basically want to do all the edits, all the regular edit stuff. So it's okay to point them out as an editor and be like, oh, this happens on this page and this page. But as soon as I change something, it could change as well. So it becomes not useless. It becomes a kind of an obsolete thing. All right, so she wants a couple corrections in the ComCon list. People that worked on the convention. Which is here. And let's see, is that right? We were waiting for a confirmation for a thing, I think. All right, that didn't change anything. And the rest of that I'm going to leave, I think. Wait a second. Okay. QR code thing. Okay, cool. All right. Uh-oh. All right. This is cool. I have an edit for turning this big T into a little t, which is editorially correct. But this isn't typography in InDesign. This was a page I created in Illustrator. So we're going to go into Illustrator. Oh no. This may get to change, or this may get to, oh no, I can do it from right there. Okay, so let me drag, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, we might save that one for the future. Basically what's going on is, right now it's going to be a weird pain in the rump to show you the page here. Maybe I can... Trying to do this without causing some crazy infinity stuff here. All right, cool. I think you guys are on this one now. Oh, I guess I should... no, it doesn't matter. Don't care. All right, so the issue is this capital T right here, but this isn't an editable font. Shift Control G to ungroup. Shift Control G to ungroup again. Cool. Ungroup that. Control drag this. Oh, or not. Alt drag. Oh, yeah. I've been using Blender a lot, so I've been forgetting my basic Illustrator shortcuts. If this didn't have a T, if I had to recreate this T somehow, I probably would have left it. The amount of work that would have gone into trying to basically recreate this thing would have taken a lot. Now, I don't know how it looked in the original font. Whether how high the T was is what I'm getting at. I'm going to guess that the line width... What am I looking for? There we go. I'm going to guess that the line width on the T, the stem, was about the same as the regular letters, which would have been this H here. So, and that's going to be close enough for what we're using it for here. Oh, it does curve out a little bit, right? So it does this weird thing here. So I need that. Or actually, I need this. And I can't get it to scale. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. I can't get it to scale and stay on its like reference point or whatever. That's some crazy shenanigans. Oh, no, I went, that's why I was checking. I was just like, I think it might be on the other side of that. Actually, where's my... this way. This might help a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's good. That works really well for the scale and all the rest of that we're doing. And then we just set this here. It technically probably dips. I should set it to the, yeah, there we go. And then this is super awkward, this fucking hook on this T. See how wide that looks? There's probably, more than likely, was a ligature of some, well, maybe not. A ligature of some kind. That actually doesn't look bad. All right, we're going to go with that. Make sure I didn't screw up anything else in the process. Save. Come around here. Turn that off. I'm going to leave Illustrator open just in case. Some shenanigans. Got my shit in order here. Okay, all of that for one edit is sometimes the way it works. Sometimes it's just changing text, and sometimes it's a whole other thing. And that automatically updated. And we're just going to call that. It looks a little weird to me now. Like it looks like it's a little too low. Oh, I can see right here that. All right. Boom. Now that T on the don't is a little below the line too. So, yeah. So I think it should be under that thing a little bit. And this is also what happens when you take lots and lots of time messing with a thing. Trying to, this space visually is all like kind of here, but at the same time this big. I'm gonna leave it actually. Again, like if this is gonna be fine. All right. So page one sidebar, which is here, they want to strike the N dash after Reaper, and I believe that's an M dash, but I don't want to strike that dash. I kind of like it. Otherwise, it would look like this. Yeah, fine. I don't care. All right, sidebar, close spaces around N dash and the date. So they normally want this. That's not good to me. It doesn't look good. So I'm going to keep it that way for this one. I'm going to work with the same person later this year, and that will be that will be my excuse to obey. Let's see here. Sidebar 1. Yeah. Add guest of honor list. Oh. Oh. Gosh. So this person decided to do the opposite of these people who are all initials and short names, and decided to go for the long name. The not only the nickname, but the hyphenated name as well. So that enables me to create a solution, which is going to be easy. This will be very anticlimactic. Oops. Online. All right, what's going on here? Oh, that's right. There. Okay, so this is 11 points, I'm pretty sure. The size of the type, is that 11? Yeah, which is basically an M space indentation. So this one will get 2 M spaces, which is 22 points. Boom, done. All right, let's see. Sidebar, add goodbye and staff list. That is going to make this thing so huge and long. Heh. I wanted this to be kind of a little more elegant into the corner, but that makes sense, I guess. All right. Whoa. No. There we go. All right. One, two, let's see. Yeah. So this needs to go up 1 or down 1. It looks like it should go down 1. There. Now it's lined up with all the other text throughout the book. Cool. All right. Okay. Now I get to go through, or now as I go through, I need to be hyper aware of the whole widow orphan thing and any other little knick-knack stuff here. Oh, they pointed out I didn't put the in here. Or could we get the in here? And it's like, I made a mistake down there. So that'll be interesting. All right. Let's see. Where are you? Okay, the rest of it is really just headers and footer stuff. Okay, so this could potentially be the thing. There's not always. There's sometimes a thing which causes massive chaos. And this won't be it. However, this will be. And it is my fault. If I knew how to spell, you can see the, I'm pointing with the finger, you can't see. You can see that you could see the stuff over here like adjusting. Does this have, oh, well that could help. There we go. Is there anything I want to do with this? No. Okay. All right, doesn't matter here. So this, as far as I can tell, unless I want to get a little micromanagey, it's more or less done. Okay. Yeah, this is awkward. Just worried about that. How much space do I have at the end here? Ooh, I have a little bit. Not enough to like push this whole name down, which would make me feel better. And I'm not going to close this gap. Oh, am I going to close this gap? Oh, I have to. So 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. I like this coming down into this white here, but there's also that space right there, which allows this to happen. That's still lined up there. Now I definitely have to pull this clear on. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. So that goes there. I feel like this memories one is a little darker. That is 60. That's 85. It's definitely darker. This is a little too similar to this, though. All right, and then now we're going to have space, which is going to be awesome. Because I can do that. Don't love that. There we go. Okay, now let's see what damage we've done on all the rest of this. If I had enough, I actually kind of do have enough space here. A story I tell quite often is when you're doing typography, you're not reading things. When you're doing, technically, when you're doing some stuff, like you have to kind of read the thing or know what the thing is. But anyway, you're typesetting shape and tones of gray. So a lot of times I've typeset stuff and not read it. Like you take text from a book or something like that, and once you kind of figure out how it's going to look best, some people might say, well, you got to actually read the thing to know what the thing, to typeset it in the way that it should. And it's like, you can get the gist of a thing. Be like, is this supposed to be fun or academic or this, that, the other thing? Anyway, it's all. So these are all pushed in, but these are all out to the side. So I need to make a decision here. Which one I like. I guess these are being treated differently than those, so that's fine. All right. Space, I still have space, okay. This is not great. Let's do that. Okay, good. That's good, because that was an awkward bit of bittery. 2, this feels narrow. And they're literally on the same line. Oh, this one feels wider. Feels wider. Okay. Oh, that actually worked out even better, what I did up front there. Okay, so Oops, I'm just tuning out. I was heading for a specific goal. Bonk, bonk. All right. That's a weird spot for a name. Sometimes I'll strip the space out of here, for example. Like I'd put this to there, and then I just come up here and kind of delete that space. But that's, I don't know. It's not a great practice because, again, if the text gets reflowed, if there's editing afterwards, then that space has been lost and you have to kind of discover it again. In this case, I know there's not going to be another editing pass, so I could strip it out of there, but I also kind of want to stay in the same habits that of a thing that would have you want to stay in the same habit and do the thing over, the way that you would normally do it. Okay, so that's the end of that. Let me see here. Don't too many characters. Okay. I think I'm good. Other than just a couple of little doohickeys in here. What was I about to do? My short-term memory today is garbage. For those of you, if in the weird chance that someone actually watches this and uses InDesign or is learning how to use InDesign for some reason, the thing that I'm doing to make stuff go from all the lines and skeleton of the thing to clean is W. It's just W. Pretty easy. Tab also does that. So then I can do this. And I'm in no rush. I'm in a rush to get rid of it, quote unquote, to move on to other things that I need to get done in life and all that. But that doesn't mean I want to compromise quality of stuff, and the deadline for turning it in is tomorrow. I'm going to turn it in today, and then hopefully that's the end of it. But if they come back and it's like, oh, I missed this thing, could you please do this thing? This tiny, tiny little edit. Because editors definitely like to edit stuff. Then I can just kind of come in and do that. I thought that I was going to have room for 2 of these, but I don't like shrinking them much smaller than this one is shrunk. I'm going to try we'll try and experiment with, oops, this one. I actually don't think I have enough space even for that. That's a QR code to more memories. Oh, I think that will fit actually. Or ooh, tight. Well, let's make this one the one that may or may not work. Oh, and then I can get rid of that. We don't need that page count there. Okay. I was like, did I make that all cap? Sounds like my headphones are about ready to go to you. That's pretty close to that one, so maybe I can get in two down here. Okay, I think it's done. I say making one more tiny change. All right, we're going to call that good. I have one more little thing I'm going to do offline with it, and then I'm going to send it off, and I'll send it off a day early so they can hopefully get it to the printer. And then the printer, if the printer has any issues about the way I exported the files, because normally you'd export it with a printer profile that the printer sends out a little file that you can put into InDesign or whatever, and it gives you like their color specs, bakes in some stuff. So if they need that, because I don't have that, if they need that, they can come back and I can potentially open the file up again in the next day or two and do it up. So once again, thanks for anyone who watched this. Thanks for anyone who is supporting us. Thanks even if you didn't watch it. How about that? No, have a wonderful week and take care.